OpenAI and a lot of other big tech players just recently announced Stargate, which is a massive AI infrastructure investment program. Now, after that announcement was made, we start to see a lot of reports that Microsoft and OpenAI might be kind of breaking up. We can see reports here that Microsoft loses status as OpenAI's exclusive cloud provider. Now, on today's episode, I want to take a closer look at this, but too long don't watch if you have other things to do. The core concept is, while there is truth to this, I believe the titles here make it seem like OpenAI and Microsoft are kind of reducing their partnership. While that is somewhat the case, I believe this is still really good for OpenAI. This is still really good for Microsoft, and their partnerships are still pretty strong, and they have a multi-year contract till 2030 that's pretty much not broken. So if you are a Microsoft investor, I really wouldn't be worried about this. We're still going to see huge demand from OpenAI's. We're still going to see OpenAI's solutions integrated into Microsoft platforms. So nothing that I would be worried about. Now, in today's episode, obviously, I'm going to cover this, but explain more of my overall thoughts and go more in detail. So if you want to stay for that, I appreciate it. If not, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Check out the pinned comment for special offer at fool.com/Jose. And check out my free daily semiconductor newsletter, whatthechip.happened.com.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
First, I just want to say, I think by the time this video is out, I did hit 60,000 subscribers. I just really want to say thank you guys so much and gals for all the support that you have given me. Thanks to this, I'm able to kind of work from home. I left my engineering job a few years ago, and I get to spend so much time with my family and my little one that I get to see grow up every single day. So I just am truly grateful for the opportunity. I am hopeful that the videos that I provide, they are free, right? It's not like I charge you guys for the videos, but I hope you guys get a lot of value from them. Thank you again. I'm pretty sure we hit 60,000 subs by the time this video is out. If not, please make sure to help me get there. And now let's get started with the overall episode. All right, so first, let's just kind of look at price action. The overall market is green right now as I am recording today's episode. We can see Microsoft is up roughly 3%. And originally, I believe that a lot of investors were worried about OpenAI and their exclusivity with Microsoft. So like I mentioned, we see a lot of reports that Microsoft loses status as OpenAI's exclusive cloud provider. And one of the reasons this started to kind of worry some investors is because on yesterday's OpenAI's press release, they mentioned that OpenAI is starting a new partnership with Oracle, and Oracle is a massive cloud provider as well. They also mentioned that, hey, look, this also builds on existing OpenAI partnership with Microsoft. But most investors are like, hey, look, this is really good for Oracle, and it's going to mean this kind of breakup story for Microsoft and OpenAI. And I think Microsoft was already anticipating something like this. So after the Stargate press release was announced yesterday, Microsoft released this. Microsoft and OpenAI's evolved partnership to drive the next phase of AI. So they mentioned that they are thrilled to continue their strategic partnership with OpenAI and to partner on Stargate. The key elements of their partnerships remain in place for the duration of their contract through 2030, with their access to OpenAI's IP, revenue sharing arrangements, and exclusivity on OpenAI's APIs, all continuing forward. Specifically, the first thing is Microsoft has the right to open IP inclusive of model and infrastructure for use within their products like Copilot. This means that their customers have access to the best models for their needs. The next thing we see is that OpenAI API is exclusive to Azure and runs on Azure and is also available through the Azure OpenAI services. Microsoft and OpenAI also have a revenue sharing agreement that flows both ways, ensuring that both companies benefit from increased use of new and existing models. Microsoft remains a major investor in OpenAI, providing funding and capacity to support their advancements and in turn benefiting from their growth in valuation. So everything here is still in line. Unfortunately, these are where some of the changes are happening and maybe can create some kind of confusion. OpenAI recently made a new large Azure commitments that will continue to support all OpenAI's products as well as training. So some investors might have been worried, hey, look, OpenAI is shifting to some other cloud provider. Is this going to mean that, hey, maybe the dependency and the cloud growth for Azure is going to slow down? The answer is no. They're going to continue to be strong. But Microsoft now has the right of first refusal to and in forms of moving a new model to new capacity. And what does this mean? This means that, let's say OpenAI wants to train something new or wants to introduce some new form of inference solution. They first have to go to Microsoft and say, hey, look, Microsoft, can you do this or not? Can we use your overall capacity? Microsoft now has the right to say, yes, they are the first ones to say, yes, you can, and we're going to use it, right? You're going to have to come to us. They can actually say no as well. And by them saying no, it allows OpenAI to go to another player. One of these other players could obviously be Oracle. And the reason I think this is smart for two reasons. First, for Microsoft, right? Microsoft doesn't just want to burn billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in AI investment that it doesn't really need to, right? It's already burning $80 billion, not really burning, it's already spending $80 billion this fiscal year on AI capex and in capex in general, mainly in AI. If they invest the real money that OpenAI needs, it would be probably even double than that, right? So in one case, Microsoft doesn't want to overinvest. They still want to have some form of baseline, of some form of control. But unfortunately, with this control, it might limit OpenAI's revenue, not revenue growth, but technological growth, right? Because if OpenAI needs more technological computational power, and if they say, hey, look, we need more computational power to improve our overall products, and Microsoft says, hey, look, we really can't because it just doesn't make sense for us to continue to increase our investments at the levels you need, it will slow down the technological advancements of OpenAI. So now Microsoft says, hey, look, we're not going to spend the money for you to train all these new models, but you now have the right to go to maybe Oracle or some other players to be able to train using their cloud infrastructure solution. So Microsoft still ends up winning because they still have all kind of the IP strength from OpenAI at least to 2030. They still have the exclusivity of OpenAI's API running on Azure, so you're still going to see that strong demand, especially if you get some new crazy models. That demand of that API would increase dramatically. And the fourth thing is now OpenAI can improve their models, but spending someone else's money. And that other company can also benefit from the overall computational needs that OpenAI needs, right? So I think this is a great way for Microsoft to, one, control its spending, but still be able to benefit from other players. So I think this is also why we see Oracle up a nice amount today, because it is safe to assume that this partnership with Oracle is going to mean that Oracle is going to be one of those that's going to be using that OpenAI is going to be using a lot of their computational power. So Oracle's cloud growth should continue to see a nice boost up as well. So very bullish for a company like Oracle right now, which is up over 7%. So yeah, those are my overall thoughts. Like I mentioned, the main concept is to just showcase that this isn't necessarily the worst case for Microsoft. It's not even a bad case, but the titles and articles running around make it seem like there's some breakup story. I think this is the best move for Microsoft, like I mentioned, to control spending, but still be able to benefit from OpenAI's involvement in AI technology. So take care, have a good day, and see you all next time.